because oftentimes you'll hit the wrong button.
No, I've done it before.
No, you hit the right button.
This one?
Yeah, that one right there.
No, this
one. That one.
It is. Wait, it is.
Yeah, it's that one.
It's on! Hi, everybody. In the immortal words of Gideon Mosley, it is on. Welcome to Disney Parks Talk Live for December 28th, 2020. And before we start, I do have to give you some, I'd say, sad news. We are going to be taking a break after the show. You're not going to be hearing from us again until next year. So just wanted to give you forewarning.
That's next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't pass it up. Come on.
So silly.
It's Gideon's joke. I actually stole it.
I know. I can't believe you did that. That's his joke for tonight.
Shame
on you.
I stole it
for
my
tomorrow
son.
night. Shame on you.
Anyway, we are here for Disney Parks Talk Live. My name is Doobie. I am the co-founder of Laughing Place, the co-host of this and several other shows on this YouTube channel. To my left is my lovely wife, who, by the way, is celebrating her 23rd wedding anniversary today. Let's give it up for Rebecca.
You're a part of that too.
I am.
Takes two.
Yeah. Heroin.
Disney, yes. Disney, I know I said that. And then up there is the head of Southern California theme parks for Laughing Place, and most importantly, the Star Wars guy, Mike Celestino.
Happy anniversary.
Oh,
thank you very much. You know what the biggest year of my life was, Mike? And down there, the guy with the plain background is the vice president in charge of avoiding the theme parks during the busiest week of the year, Jeremiah Good.
Yes, congratulations, you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Your comment on my post was really nice, sweet. Jeremiah. Yeah. I'd like to say the feelings are mutual.
No, stop it.
I didn't say I wouldn't. I just said I'd like to. All right. We are live. If you have any questions about anything, any of the news we're talking about today, any of the stuff we're going through, any questions about anything related to Walt Disney World or Disneyland or the Disney parks, just put them in the comments. We will do our best to accommodate. Look, there's a comment right now. Aww. And there's another one.
Thank you.
And there's another one.
Hey, Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
So 23, D23. There's Donna. Yes. Okay. So anyway, let's jump right in. Oh, and please don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, tag a friend, and ring the belly. Let's get started. So we're going to start not with Disneyland, not with Disney World, but with the Disney Cruise Lines today, because that is, I think we all concur, the single best part of the entire Walt Disney Company, the Disney Cruise Line. And the Disney Wish unveiled its Atrium statue. For those that don't know, here we're gonna build some suspense here. For those that don't know, each Disney cruise ship.
You haven't shared your screen yet.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Because I can see him trying to figure out, why is my screen not shared? Why is it not appearing here? Over the years, we've had many iconic figures selected to be represented in the Atrium.
Wait, let's play a quiz. Mike, which one is this? Which ship is this?
The Disney.
You're half right.
Nice. How about you? How about Jeremiah? Do you remember?
No. I don't remember any. It's the Wonder, right?
This is the Magic.
Magic.
This is the Disney Fantasy, Admiral Donald Duck, the newest of the four ships. No, Disney Dream.
Wait, yeah, I was going to say, that's the one that I was on, and I don't remember it being Donald.
That's the Disney Dream. Sorry, my mistake. Disney Dream. Myself, so it's
it's all good.
Here is the Disney Fantasy. There's a hint there.
Yes, I remember that.
Minnie Mouse dressed to impress. Here is the Disney Wonder, Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
Her hair all spiraling up like it does on the attraction.
And then during the Disney Parks Day Christmas Parade dealie, whatever they called it this year, they unveiled the Atrium statue for the fifth Disney ship, which will be setting sail in 2022. The ship is called the Disney Wish. And here it is. Are you ready? Are you excited?
A dream is a wish your heart makes.
Who took
is
this screenshot?
ABC logo. Yes, it is.
I'm enjoying the Venetian blinds,
Yeah,
actually.
what is with all the glare?
Oh my! This is a picture of a screen. This
Oh,
isn't
yes.
even a still from the YouTube.
Nope, not yet. It's just a nice picture of the TV.
The lengths we go to for you guys.
So I have two questions about this. One,
Okay.
is it actually going to be gold? Because if it's gold, it just doesn't fit with the other ones. And
Well,
two, Minnie's,
Yes.
but she's still brass, like the brassy. Like I just don't want her to be the gold that's in this video. It looks like
Well,
a statue
okay,
out of the parks.
So it's funny that you say that because I immediately flashed back to memories of long, long ago when they did this unveiling, and she was so shimmery, shiny, golden, as opposed to kind of the antiqued metallic look that the other statues seem to have. And so Doobie's going to pull up the images of what I
By the
immediately
way,
went to.
I'm hoping that's the reveal they have for
Wouldn't that be
each
fun?
morning, where she
Like
just kind
she
of
just
builds
appears.
up right in front of us.
Just magically appears.
This is what Rebecca immediately thought of.
Yes, me too.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
The pomp and circumstance parade that was the 45th
The Parade of
Disneyland
Dreams.
parade, and it featured very large golden things.
I believe this was known by fans as Michael Eisner's pile of money.
Yeah, that was one term for it.
It had less. Yeah.
So the other question about the atrium is this is the first ship that the grand staircase will come to 3 floors, right?
If the staircase indeed goes to the
Yeah.
third floor, yeah.
If
That's how the artwork looks.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
You're correct. The others did not have the grand staircase doing that.
Yeah, because the smaller ships have the 1 staircase and the larger ships have the 2. So this one is actually a higher one, which will save us time trying to get into the atrium during the shows. So we don't have to wait 12 hours for the elevators.
Just take the stairs.
There
by
are
the
plenty of
elevators.
stairs. They're just not these stairs.
They're not the pretty stairs, but they're stairs. They still accomplish the purpose, get you from one floor to another.
Go up and down. Not that hard, Jeremiah. Goodness. As if you're walking.
But I do like the idea. I do like this singular staircase kind of off to the side, because that area in front of the restaurant there always was a bit odd, because you would have like entertainment and then it was also you're trying to enter. So I'm happy to see kind of this rethought out layout here in the lobby.
So that was the one bit of news we got out of that broadcast. The other bit of news that we got kind of indirectly, because they showed us a commercial for the cruise ships. And this is, the first commercial that shows what the cruise ships might look like on their next cruise in the current situation we're living in. Did you get a chance to see that commercial, Mike?
Yes.
So maybe you want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I think the big deal that we made about it on our headline was that it pictured guests wearing masks.
Correct.
Yeah, you see guests standing on the deck of the ship wearing their face masks. You don't see them, wearing masks when they're snorkeling or aboard the aqueduct
Or in the restaurant.
Oh, that's true. Also in the restaurant, but in the restaurant, we noticed that the cast members in the background you could see were wearing a face shield and the masking. So it's just a bit of a peek to what some of the mitigation might be when the cruises return. But obviously, it's we don't know when that's happening, so who knows how things could look by then, right?
Yeah,
But
Go, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go, Jeremy.
I always wear a mask when I snorkel.
Okay, good point.
Thanks for asking me for that one, Jeremiah.
That was good, Jeremiah. I appreciated that.
They enter in, like lots of images, like people sitting by the pool without a mask, but here with one. The interesting thing to me about this is there's been some thought that maybe Disney with cruise line is not their primary thing. They've got so many other things going on. Maybe they'll just wait till this is all over before bringing back the cruise ships. Why take a chance in that enclosed environment where even long before COVID, cruise ships have been known to be a place where various viruses,
Norovirus.
yeah, that's the word I
you
want,
always heard
can
about
catch
various,
hold and spread just because of the nature of the closeness
You're closed
of it.
in. Mm-hmm.
So maybe Disney could be the last cruise ship to come back online and just leave that for when this is all 100% over. And maybe they will. We don't know. But at least they seem to be thinking about relaunching the cruise ships with mitigation, with modifications, like they did for the theme parks. And as someone that would love to take a cruise, I'm very, very, very happy that they're at least thinking about that possibility. Because I would be willing to put a mask on and go on a ship, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So next up, where are we going next?
See, where are we going? Let's go to Disney
That's
World.
all just Doobie being happy about cruises. I mean,
That's all I care about.
Let's be honest.
That's all I care about.
Doobie loves cruising.
If he could get a skyline onto the cruise ship,
Oh, there you go.
It should.
It's like they'll put a skyliner on
The cruise
Castaway.
ship-
That's how I'll get him to Castaway
Yes.
Key. They put a skyliner over there.
The cruise ship should sail side by side with a skyliner connecting them. Wouldn't that be awesome?
You're a weirdo. You're so
Cool.
strange.
All right, I don't recognize this, Jeremiah. I've never seen it.
What is this?
what's this? What's this?
There's something over there. What's this?
Um,
And now it's over.
Yes, the pylons, the acrylic pylons that have been gone since the late 90s have returned, and it's amazing. I mean, this is the parks photo.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna
I meant
say,
to bring up
come
ours.
on,
Tony,
Jeremiah.
next time, put the articles in sequential order, which would have had ours come second. I blame Tony for this.
I blame Tony for that also. Because not that picture, but the next picture is probably one of the, let's the next one.
This one. Jeremiah is so proud of this picture, and I don't. It's gorgeous.
And that is the unedited one, and I did a little bit of touch up. Anyway, the fountain is returned. They completely resurfaced the whole thing. One of the weirdest things that I noticed that's missing is, remember the plaque that used to be in front of the fountain? Rebecca, since Doobie doesn't remember it at all, it was all proceeds go to Make-A-Wish Foundation, and there are no markers or anything on there. So hopefully everything still goes to Make-A-Wish.
Oh, I wonder if perhaps other charities now I wonder if perhaps now they split it among charities, but I would be interested to see if eventually that comes back.
Maybe they're trying to discourage people from throwing money at
Oh,
it.
maybe that too.
Yeah, but it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
I haven't got to see it at night yet, but I saw it like at the golden hour, and I just couldn't stop taking pictures of it.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
Since they brought
So
these
cool.
back, any chance on the flip side they had some doves back there?
Maybe. I think you should start a petition, Doobie.
Dude.
When I become president of Disney World, the very first thing and the very last thing I'm doing is bringing back the doves.
We are heading towards an anniversary year, so they could bring back some of the best things.
I wonder. I should find out who designed those doves. Who's the brains behind that?
Tony's asking if Jeremiah is in a Ramada Inn business center. That's good. It does, I have to admit it. It does have business. It does have a little bit of business center feel to it. That's awesome. Okay, next up, we've got some manhole covers.
Yeah,
'cause
so-
nothing says laughing place like pictures of manhole covers and garbage cans, napkins. This is the type of coverage we bring you.
This is important because this was put in as an homage to Soul.
I still haven't seen Soul, so
Spoiler alert, there's a cool cover.
Yeah.
Missing.
It plays a very important part of the film.
yeah, there are 3 of these manhole covers around the entrance area, and they're just they're shaped like Spaceship Earth.
You couldn't get a closer picture than this, Jeremiah?
Yeah.
I was gonna lay down and do one of those selfies, but I think this,
Got the wide shot. We've got
Yeah.
the close shot, and then I just want to just get really tight in.
here's the logo.
That is a great nerd picture, though. Good spot. Good eye. That tweet did really well, actually.
You can. Yeah, I know it's a doorbell.
One response is that the knockoff brand Oreo cookie at first. I like that.
See, now over at Disneyland Resort, right? They have the survey markers. Is it coming up through okay?
Yeah.
I need to turn it that way. And then these are the ones at Walt Disney World.
Which I still want both those.
Do you?
Marker.
We've got it.
How did you come by those?
We met an individual who makes survey markers, and he gave us like a copy of them.
If you stand in the center of Disneyland and spin around 5 times,
It's like legit. Like this is like the whole. The other one's nice with like you put it on your desk. It has like the little felt.
Does Mike Celestino have a favorite Manhole cover?
Come on, there's only one other answer now, Mike. Actually, there's two you can choose from.
There's 2 Manhole covers I can choose from.
Mhm.
I think I like the one on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie poster.
Very good. Jeremiah, what were you thinking?
But 2, Rebecca, what's yours?
No, go ahead. You're right.
And Toontown.
Mm-hmm.
What's in Batu?
It's Batuan design.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually in front of Epcot for a day or two when I think somebody ran over one of their Manhole covers. They had to get a replacement. And I walked in, I'm like, that's a Batuan Manhole cover.
Mike, by the way, do you have any thoughts on Luke Skywalker finally making it to the Tashi station?
Now that had to be like photoshopped, right? Like there's not a place called Tashi gas station, right? Like that's a...
Oh, that'd be funny.
I assumed it was real and like he went there just to take this picture.
Well, I know because he put like a power generator, whatever, what does he say? Go to Tashi station and pick up some power converters, yeah. Because he has a power converter in his hand, but that's definitely like photoshopped in there.
Oh,
but I didn't know that. Is the Tashi station a real place, or is that a Photoshop as well?
We'll find out someday.
For those that don't know what we're talking about, Mark Hamill tweeted a picture of himself in front of a Tashi gas station, which is important. Why?
Because he wants to go to Tashi station to pick up some power converters.
It's a very famous line that he whines in the original film.
You just say it's a very famous wine.
I remember seeing that the re-release in '90
Chinese.
or whatever at the Chinese theater, and everyone just laughed.
Yeah. And I think a large portion also recited.
And so there's the picture
that Mark Hamill tweeted.
And he said, I can cross it off my bucket list. And Mark Hamill was in a movie called Star Wars, which has Disney parks. So that's why we're talking about this today. All right, next up on our list, my son has finally opened up his restaurant in Disney Springs. Jeremiah, you want to talk about that?
You sure this wasn't another Star Wars character that opened this up?
Good
No,
point.
it was our Gideon. Thank you.
Okay.
It was a cat from Pinocchio.
Yeah, Gideon's Bakehouse opened up. I know a lot of people have kind of been on it about there was a 3-hour wait. Yeah, there was a 3-hour wait. Yeah, it's the first day. It was a cookie. It was a good time. Their cookies are half pound. And
wait,
half
pound?
Yes.
Half pound, yes.
Hold up your hand. How much of a hand did your cookie take?
It was the palm, like.
That's a large cookie.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
And it's a really fun place. They have some great options. They also have secret menus. If you subscribe to their Instagram, you can find secret menus. But $6 for the cookie. That was the chocolate or the peanut butter cup one, which was, that one was really good. That was the coffee cake one that they do only in the mornings.
Right. It's a buttery vanilla bean cookie filled with cinnamon strudel and topped with our homemade double baked butter crumbs. Mmm. Sounds what?
I was thinking streusel. The word is strudel, not streusel?
Well, they're different.
Okay. Go on.
So yummy. This is the one that looks so good to me.
Original.
That's the original. There's a double chocolate chip that I haven't even looked at in person that I can't imagine.
How can you fit twice as many chocolate chips than there are in that photo?
It must be a chocolate cookie with chocolate chips.
Right.
That's what must make it.
Okay.
Next time I go there, I need to get like a gallon of milk to go with it.
I don't know. That's just my guess. But look, it says they have like different vanillas in it. So not just one type of vanilla, but like different types of vanilla. So yum. Oh, this is so good.
It took them 15 years to perfect this recipe. So I feel bad for the people that got it those first 14 years. It's like, this is good, but it could be a little bit better.
So, Gio, Gio comes in, Jeffrey comes in and says, part of me is happy that it wasn't open when I was there. I think that's the part that, doesn't want to have to let out the belt. And then
we have
Tony
Betty
comes in with, sorry, Jeremiah, covering you up with the comment. We passed it out. We could have driven from Buena Vista, Disney Springs, to the Winter Park location of Gideon's Bakehouse and back numerous times. Well, Jeremiah, among others.
That's pretty funny. So you could have gone and gotten the cookies from another location of Gideon's and come back and taunted the people who were still in line. That's pretty hilarious.
But we wouldn't have gotten these great inside pictures.
So let's talk about this decor, Jerem. I mean, it's not what I expected.
It reminds me of Ollivander.
Yeah, can you get a wand in here?
No, it's very much like a. I mean, I don't want to say witchcraft, but it kind of leans that way, like a dark bookstore. I don't think the picture came across very well, but at their checkout, they have a red light with smoke coming up, so it kind of looks like there's a fire going on. And you can buy shirts and candles and everything in there, and cake slices, which is on my bucket list for next time.
Look at that red velvet, or at least I presume it's red velvet. That looks really good.
Cool. Well, thank you for putting in the effort. I'm glad you got assigned that one because Tony just would have taken a ride and taken a couple hours break.
So. Scroll down to the next one, though. That one. They went so far that they actually created their own social distancing stickers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so for this long wait, they did do the virtual queue, right? You didn't just stand there.
I got in line. Well, I got to Disney Springs a little bit before 10. When I heard the line was back to the orange garage, I went down, and it wasn't that far back. It was far back, and they just started the virtual queue, and I think I was like 90th in line. But they tried to move everybody through it. It did take 2.5 hours for me.
Very cool.
2.5 hours for about 90 people?
Yes.
That's a lower capacity than Dumbo.
90 was where I was, and they were only doing, when they take the name, they would just use the one person, so there could have been multiple people. Plus, there were people already in line before they started the virtual queue. Yes, very gothic.
Very gothic.
Howdy, Amy. All right, and then there's another food place that opened, not quite as yummy, not quite as permanent. Not as yummy.
I would beg to differ.
No.
Really? Did you get to try this place, Wonder Made Marshmallows?
I have not. That is in one of the multi-changing spots, so it may end up someplace permanent. I did walk by there. It looks like they have some fun stuff, but I am not a marshmallow person. I'm sure that I'll try one, but it also depends on how much it actually is.
I can't wait. I'm sorry, but I was very excited to see.
Really?
To see this. Yes, I love gourmet marshmallows.
I've never even heard of gourmet marshmallows.
Well, okay, so I like gourmet marshmallows because a lot of times they offer a non-meat based variety, and typically I avoid pork-based gelatins. And so one way I can get really tasty marshmallows is through places like this because they will use other sources for their gelatin rather than meat.
They have birthday cake marshmallows.
So yeah. And I know that this place, in fact, offers some kosher marshmallows.
I cannot stand the way marshmallow is spelled.
I'm excited. This really bothers you?
It is marshmallow. It's not marshmallow. Mellow is a word that has a spelling that does not have an A in it.
But they have like chocolate-covered peppermint marshmallows.
Can you mellow your marsh there?
They have some that have like a light layer of like the 24 karat gold. Desserts that have that shimmer of gold on it. So yeah, I mean, it's just nice. It's pretty. It's a pretty way to like top off your hot cocoa this time of year.
Tony, if you're watching, can you put this on the to-do list? This might be a typo. Okay. All right.
I'm interested. The flights from to Orlando for $197.
Oh,
that's Delta.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
I can go get some marshmallows.
This says that the middle seats are blocked through 3:30.
Yeah. Delta's the only one still doing it.
Oh, I thought they had stopped. Oh, okay. Well, sorry.
Nope.
Good news for me.
Delta's still got it going.
Cool. Okay.
Salted caramel. I'm scrolling now. They can't even see. Okay, this is now interesting. Question: do they have a fire next to it though? Because ultimately, that's what you want to do with them, right?
The roast marshmallows.
Yeah.
No.
That's the whole point.
Oh no, these are different kinds. These are ones that you put into your hot cocoa so you can take pretty Instagram photos of your hot cocoa.
And then just toss it away. Luke Skywalker style. Mike Celestino.
Like a lightsaber. Toss it like a lightsaber.
Do you eat marshmallows?
I don't mind marshmallows. I haven't been eating them lately because I went on a diet a few months ago, but I can eat marshmallows and I enjoy marshmallows.
Good to know. By the way, we got your Christmas card and you're looking really good. Really good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm sure I put on some more pounds this past week because I cheated a bit, but I'm going back on the diet now.
All of our team has, I thought, when I was looking at footage from last year, that's been.
Oh, I can see she was looking at some pictures of you from years ago, Jeremiah. She's like, dude.
Yeah.
He has lost it and kept it off.
Our guys have been doing a great job of kind of slimming down. It's they all have. Doobie, honey, I love you. I was looking at some old pictures, and you too, babe.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. You had your hand up, Jeremiah.
Do you like the Kraft marshmallow fluff that you put on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Or
I rarely eat it, but when I get the chance, yes. Like when I go for ice cream at like Beaches and Cream or something, and they have a dish that has marshmallows, I love to have the marshmallow fluff.
And that was primarily my main way of getting marshmallows because that is not pork based, and so pretty much you would just doff that on your.
So, Doobie, could I go to the walk-up window right now and get the marshmallows?
Sadly, the walk-up window at Beaches and Cream has been closed. Anybody know why? Do you know why, Jeremiah?
I heard it's because the capacity. It'll reopen after the new year.
Okay, yeah. That's good. Amy says Kraft marshmallow cream is good and works in making rice.
Yes, it
good
does.
to know. Thank you, Amy.
Yes, it does.
All right, forget pins.
Hi, Mike. Welcome back.
Marshmallows.
Mike's back. He was here the other night offering all kinds of information on holiday stuff. We appreciate it.
So before we leave the subject of foods, I want to give this one to Mike Celestino. No, Celestino. His is spelled properly.
Oh, yeah. So, there's a little bit of an Easter egg in the Mandalorian season finale that ties into Galaxy's Edge a little bit because they had this menu in the cantina, and it's a bunch of pre-existing like Star Wars foods, but some of the items kind of overlap with what you can get at Galaxy's Edge, like the Endorian tip yip. I know Alex put asterisks next to the ones that you can get at Galaxy's Edge, like the Kadu ribs. Gob shrimp, stuff like that. So
is the menu or is the ingredients and the how you make them?
What?
The book that came out when Galaxy's Edge opened, is it all available in there? Recipe book. There we go.
I don't have that book, so I couldn't tell you, but
the Endorian is in there.
Mm-hmm. So Mike, this was the menu as screen grabbed from the final episode of season 2.
Yes.
And Mike used his native Arabic speaking to translate this. Are there prices on here, by the way, Mike?
I had a cheat sheet here for any letters that I don't remember, but I have it up above my desk. So, but I can decipher it on my own if need be in a high pressure scenario.
In this picture, are these prices up here?
Yes, those are the prices. Those are very difficult to read because they're very tiny. Mm-hmm. Those are the numbers are tough to make out.
So Arabic has numbers as well as letters?
Yes.
Cool. What's your favorite dish among all these listed here?
Well, I did like the tip yip salad. I would get that every once in a while down there. Back when I could go to Batu.
I still want the space waffles.
The space waffles is my favorite of these entries because I think it's very funny, and I didn't know it was a thing that existed before in like Rebels and Clone Wars, the cartoons. They had coined that phrase. I thought that this was something they made up as a joke.
What do you think of when you hear space waffles? Like if I were to present you with space waffles, what do you envision them looking like?
I think the waffles look just like a waffle would look in our universe, but the syrup is like metallic and shiny.
But are they made by space donkeys the night before?
Yeah.
I think they would just be typical waffles, but made with some like marshmallow fluff on it. I think that would work. Is tip yip a meat of some sort?
It's a chicken, basically.
Yeah. So I want the tip yip and waffles, you know?
There's a shot in
Dorian, Tip Yip, and Space Waffle.
in Return of the Jedi. There's just a chicken on Endor, and you can't just have a chicken in Star Wars, so they had to come up with the name of what it actually was.
I want the waffles to be like
look like the Death Star.
I want them to be all like rainbowy or green or something. I want them to be weird. I want them to be like visually a waffle, but I want them to be a weird color.
Well, you know how like in Star Trek they have that 3-dimensional chess,
right?
The waffle would just be like that in tiers.
Cool. There you go, tiered waffle,
shaped like the
with the metallic syrup.
Yeah.
Each like some sort of fountain
and some marshmallow fluff.
And some marshmallow
fluff. It all together.
Yeah, little marshmallow
with some
fluff
Tip Yip on the side.
Can we get Kraft to sponsor us now?
We could do Roscoe's Tip Yip and Space Waffles.
Waffles made of Grogu?
No, not made of Grogu.
That's disgusting.
What are Mickey waffles made of? Mickey?
Oh, Grogu waffles like that. Okay, that makes sense.
They had Yoda waffles at some event.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Grogu is not Yoda. Oh, Amy loved the Death Star waffle maker. By the way, Mike said that some of these recipes are actually in that recipe book. So thank you, Mike.
I
think Jeremiah said that.
No, over here, Mike.
I'm sorry,
Mike in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Mike
Farnham, sorry.
I know Tip Yip is in the recipe book.
Had Tip Yip and waffle this year.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
When they did a special event, I forgot about that. Whereas like the bounty hunters were walking around and Chewbacca and everybody.
Right? Do you remember the side effect when they? Okay, so if you have an item at Disney parks that in features a lot of black food coloring, your body will process it in such a way that it is like Play-Doh green.
Ew.
It is an amazing body experience.
It's like Yoda coming out your backside is what you're trying to say.
But I knew this as a parent because our son, when he was little, we bought him those character cookies, and it was like, what happened? Is he not feeling well? And then we realized that it was whenever we would buy one of those character cookies that this phenomenon would occur when we would change his diaper. Well, then
thank you, Doobie.
Years and years later, Disney did this thing where they had Burger King had had the Halloween burger.
Yep.
It had that phenomenon, and then Disney did like a dark side burger, similar. Just so you know,
I have snow I can go play in.
Not the yellow. So the next time, just remember what you ate that day before you panic too much.
Don't panic.
Oh, man.
Sorry. Okay, good.
Ratatouille. I'm sorry, Jeremiah. I can't believe I stole your word.
Ratatouille.
So Emily Jacobson, who apparently some people have heard of, got a sneak peek of Remy's Ratatouille adventure. Again,
she created the Ode to Remy, which is the part of that TikTok musical Remy thing that's actually going to become a real musical. That Laughing Place put up an article about how you can get tickets and all kinds. It's like, yeah.
Is it a minute long?
It's become like a thing.
Because TikTok's only 1 minute long.
But a series of them then became a musical.
So Jeremiah, this is just my way of getting you to talk about Ratatouille.
I'm excited for Ratatouille to open. I haven't watched this video.
Let's watch it together. You can give us your commentary.
Well, here they are walking back what used to be backstage. That's the bathrooms. That'll be the crepe place. Those are cute ears that I have not seen. I didn't see those in France. The fountain that is a replica of the one that's in Walt Disney Studios Paris. The queue off to the side, one of the nice things about the one in Paris, because they have the different weather, the temperature can vary greatly. Most of their queue is indoors, where this one looks like it's going to have some outdoors. The new sign looks great. Mike, did you do Ratatouille in Paris?
Yes, I did it once.
Oh, because you weren't there by yourself. That's right.
I was there by myself.
Oh, single rider, man.
I didn't want to do it more than once.
There, you made him say it.
Oh man!
I did like the queue though, and I didn't mind that I had waited in the regular queue. I guess I didn't realize there was a single rider queue for that.
I'm I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I know soon this week we will be highlighting kind of what we're looking forward to in the next year, and this will be on there again, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course.
We had to rank it as well.
I mean, I hope
it did make the list. Yes.
I'm curious to see kind of where it shakes out now that we've been waiting and then it didn't come and we're still waiting. And I'm interested.
Do you want me to tell you where it is?
No, don't. No spoilers. No spoilers. We'll wait. I know the list is coming out soon, but the Laughing Place crew went through and looked at what's coming in 2021, and we ranked it, and we'll share with you what we're most looking forward to.
I will bribe you, Mike, to take some of the Marvel items off the list.
It is disproportionately Marvel heavy this year.
Yeah,
but that's just, I guess, what's coming. There's a lot of Marvel content coming.
Yeah, this is a very cute ride vehicle. Is this what it looked like in Paris too?
Yes. I like Mike, am not the biggest fan of the attraction just because it's cute, but it's not like, it will not be one of those ones where I wait the 3 hours on opening day. Mac can do that. But it's a fun ride. It's needed back there.
Right.
A throwback.
Can I ask you guys, have you both experienced because I've experienced a few trackless rides now, and I have to say that overall,
what she really wants to know is it better than Antarctica?
No, I'm not finding trackless rides to be that interesting.
No, it's better than Antarctica. It's it's not as good as Rise because of the motions overall. I kind of felt that it was a very basic trackless. I mean, I did Mystic Manor and Pooh's Honey Hut, and they all kind of fall into the same pattern of, you go this way, you go that way, you spin around one room, you go into another room, you stop for a couple of seconds and you do more. But this one, I think a lot of people will be excited because it's more than just Rise. So people won't go, and it's definitely much more than Antarctica at SeaWorld Orlando.
Yeah, the one trackless ride that really has caught my attention that it's in a European park, and the name escapes me now, but it's based on storybook tales, and that trackless, just even the video I find very compelling. Whereas often, for whatever reason, trackless rides for me it doesn't add to the experience.
Runaway Railway?
No, I was surprised. Even Runaway Railway, for me, I felt like I didn't feel like the fact that it was trackless increased my enjoyment or added something to it that was like the Luigi ride. I love Luigi's ride, but that's the whole point of it. The only point of it is to get in it and spin around and dance back and forth. I mean, I don't expect anything else from it. So, but for me, it's but yeah, it's just one of those things. So,
Mike Celestino, trackless, go.
Well, I've only done a couple of the ones that you mentioned, the Ratatouille one and Rise of the Resistance. I haven't been on Runaway Railway yet. I haven't been on any of the Asian parks. I haven't gone to any of the Asian parks. But I guess in concept it sounds neat. But I guess I'm probably on the same page as Rebecca, where I don't think it's been used to its full potential yet. I do like that in Rise of the Resistance, you kind of split apart from the other ride vehicle and you kind of each go down your own path. So I think that's kind of what's most appealing about it to me in theory.
Is Pirates trackless in Shanghai? Isn't it a boat ride?
It's a boat ride. It's on a track, but it rotates.
So it's a different kind of experience in that way. I think in some ways it would kind of...
No, I think out of all the track lists that I've done, Mystic Manor has done the most with it because they have the 4 cars, but 2 go one way, 2 go another, and then they do kind of interact, and they do have different paths. So if you're on one side, you get to see a completely different scene than the other 2.
Question, Jeremiah. First of all, you have been to some of the international parks, correct?
I have been to some of the international parks, correct.
Well, I think if I could snap my fingers right now and ride one international attraction, the one I would choose is Mystic Manor. That one's the most intriguing to me. Is it as good as I think?
Yes. I love Mystic Manor. That was, when I went to Hong Kong, I went on my own, even though of course I'll do stuff on Laughing Place. But videoing Mystic Manor and getting that up on our YouTube channel is probably one of my favorite videos that I've ever done.
Oh, good to know. I'll check that out.
That's very cool. How about, is there one, Mike, on your like Disney parks bucket list?
Yeah, Mystic Manor's definitely up there. The journey to the center of the earth ride at Tokyo Disney Sea, I think. It's always sounded really cool to me. The Pirates at Shanghai, I really want to see.
Of course.
And Journey to the Center of the Earth is the only proper use of the rocket rods technology.
Should have known. Jeremiah would come in with this.
Are you saying, Jeremiah?
I am saying.
I really want to see, and I know this is like so passe, but I really want to see the castle redo at Hong Kong. I really, really, really want.
Really?
Yes. I know, I do, but I want to see it in person because it's just so. I just can't wrap my mind around what they've done.
Now, you this is not a joke. You've been to Hong Kong, Jeremiah.
Yes.
Correct. I mean, to me, standing on Main Street, seeing the castle in all its diminutive, that's not, you know what I'm trying to say,
yeah,
and all its tininess, but with the bay in the background and the real mountains,
yeah,
seemed like just one of the most pretty shots in all of Disney parks.
It definitely was, and the stuff I've seen of the new castle, like when I saw the original concept, I was like, they literally just took Sleeping Beauty Castle, tore apart the center, and just went up. But I know they've added some other stuff to the outside. But yeah, all the pictures I've seen, until I see it in person, it's just kind of a, don't ever do that to Disneyland.
I really want to see it in person.
Yeah,
I cannot even tell you.
I love a big castle, but I'm worried about that one because that castle fits so
and some
well.
of the shots of the interior, some of the artistry in the interior. Oh, no, I wish.
All right. Bye-bye, Emily. Next up, we have, so Blizzard Beach reopened reopened after its normal seasonal closure in February of last year, and then closed less than a month later because of so now we have an official reopening date of March 7th. So Blizzard Beach will be returning on March 7th. It will have been closed for nearly a year, which is just amazing. Other water parks in Florida have been open, so this isn't a new thing to have a water park, but Disney has finally decided to reopen one of their water parks, the inferior one in Rebecca's opinion, but still good. Any thoughts on that?
It's still better than the majority of water parks.
It's a great water park. It's just not as good as Typhoon Lagoon.
Yeah, no, Typhoon Lagoon tops my water park list.
I used to love Typhoon Lagoon until they got rid of Shark Reef, and now it's just. I mean, I do love Summit Plummet.
Yeah.
I've never done. Obviously, I've never done that.
I love Typhoon Lagoon, but I think honestly Aquatica I prefer over Blizzard Beach, but Blizzard Beach is still nice.
But the thing that most excites me is this came with Blizzard Beach last year, but it didn't last very long. So I'm looking forward to its return this year. Are the half floats?
Those are wonderful.
My behind will not fit in a full float, so I'm hoping I can get myself into this one. So
these are so much nicer. They're like little hammocky chairs that you can just enjoy sitting in and they're not as awkward to get in and out of. It's more easy to hold on to a young one when you're, in the tube. So it's just, I was very happy to see this change come to the water parks.
Are you a water park fan, Mike?
I do like water parks. I have sadly never been to a Disney water park. It's a secret shame of mine. Not so secret, I guess, but whenever I'm down at Walt Disney World, I always prioritize the theme parks, So
what water parks do you do?
Well, in recent years, we've been to Knott's Soak City here, and then I actually got to go to Raging Waters, I guess like a year and a half ago, which I always thought was the water park in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but it's not. I was very disappointed to find this out because I was like, oh, finally I get to go to the water park from Bill and Ted. And it's not. They shot it in like New Mexico or something. But it is in San Dimas. Like you think like, oh, okay, this is the water park.
It's where the 10 and 210 meet in San Dimas.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
All of us that grew up in SoCal know that.
I hated when where the 10, 210, and 91 now meet in San Dimas. No, just the 10 and 210.
That is so awesome.
But growing up, we had Splish Splash, which was Long Island's water park.
Like in New York, that seems kind of rough.
Well, it's in very suburban Long Island, so it's It's actually pretty big and forested. It's not urban at all.
The one I always wanted to go to Action Park. That seemed like a fun place.
Oh, yes. We did Action Park a couple times growing up, and I was very young when I went there, so I didn't do any of the more dangerous stuff, but I definitely remember seeing the looping water slide and thinking it was totally insane.
The legend of Celestino grows. He's actually Action Park.
I went to Action Park growing up, yes. I loved their miniature golf course they had there. I remember loving it when I was a kid. But I was really into mini golf growing up.
Oh, me too. Did you like mini golf growing up?
I love mini golf growing up.
I've also never been to a miniature golf course on Walt Disney World property either.
Oh, that's a big
That's
mistake.
when we have the summit, the Laughing Place Summit. We are having a tournament.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
100%.
That sounds
100%.
ugly. That sounds ugly. I feel like we need to let Jeremiah win, or we're all going to have a miserable time.
Jeremiah, Fantasia Gardens or Winter Summerland?
I'm a Fantasia fan, so Fantasia always wins.
Fantasia is a great golf course, but I'm a huge Beach Boy fan, so I like Winter Summerland because you get a lot of nice tunes while you're there.
Winter Summerland has a snowman where you hit it and you hit a hole in one and it squirts water out its nose. The angle and the design of where the water goes, if you're standing where you should, is not good for anybody.
It's very funny.
What are you trying to say, Jeremiah?
I enjoy it.
It looked like I wet myself.
It's very funny.
Jeremiah, have you been to Mount Asia here in Santa Clarita?
Many, many years ago, but yes.
That's my favorite one nearby.
When you come out, we'll have to do all the golf courses.
Yeah, there's some good ones in Florida and like South Carolina and Georgia and stuff.
Wow, my goodness.
The one that we really like is in Pigeon Forge. No, it's actually in Gatlinburg, and you have to take an alpine lift to it, and then each hole is on like a different terraced level, and
that's awesome.
Down to the. It's very cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. Incredibly picturesque and lots of fun.
Okay, I like that tangent. Mini golf. Yeah. No, that was a great tangent. I love mini golf. My favorite mini golf course, I got to be honest, Goofy Golf on the Disney cruise ships.
Oh, of course.
Because I'm on the Disney cruise.
We did that. We did that on the Fantasy.
Yeah, and it's free. Well, no, it's included.
It was free for me. Well, we did pay a lot of money on that trip as well.
Wow, Mike with the flex.
So good. Next up
we have is this your picture, Jeremiah? Disney Springs crowded time?
Yes.
Boxing Day?
This is the day after Christmas, right?
Yeah, it was Boxing Day, and so this is when I was coming in. No, this is when I was leaving. I'm sorry.
This is around 11:15.
Yeah, and this is the security and temperature check are right in front of these people, and then there are 3 switchbacks of queues back that way. And I heard yesterday, I want to say it was probably around 1 or so, I heard that Disney Springs was at capacity. Mm-hmm. And temperature check is something that's needed. The security check is something that's needed, but the lines to get in there get ridiculous. If you go on the weekends, you're waiting longer to get in line than you would for Gideon's.
Yeah.
And that's funny because you can just get in your car, drive over to Orlando, and be at the Florida Mall and back 3 times before you
But that's what you're seeing like on the weekends, or like this was not only the weekend but the day after Christmas. Mm-hmm. You haven't seen much of this during the week, have you? Or heard of it during the week?
In the afternoons, like especially after work, the queue for the temperature check will get busy. I know that the orange and lime don't usually fill up much, but at 3:00 they open the surface parking lot back by Lanuba, so that helps alleviate some of the overflow. And each one has a temperature check and a security check now.
So what do they do at Springs when they reach capacity? Do they queue up to get in, or how's that work?
That I do not know.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
You're welcome.
I've also noticed that with the holidays, this particular time period, that Universal has been filling up very, very early in the morning. I've seen notifications like 10:15, 11 o'clock saying we are full. We are not anticipating reopening today. And, if you're a hotel guest at a Universal Resort hotel, they will often still be able to accommodate you. This is what they told us at check-in. They said that we take into consideration our hotel numbers when we do determine the capacity, but she gave me the impression I shouldn't count on it, but more than likely I would be able to still enter when they tell others that the parks have reached capacity.
Oh, that hotel thing isn't for guaranteed?
The language that she was very deliberately wording to me was, in essence, this should give you access, but she was shy of using the word guarantee.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I said, she did say that they take into consideration their hotel numbers when they determine capacity, and so I should be able to enter. That's
one of the things about in Florida. I'm on a Universal Annual Pass Facebook page, and everything Disney, and there's definitely two groups. They're the diehard Disney and the diehard Universal. And the diehard Universal are all like, how dare Disney make you make a reservation? That's ridiculous. And then I looked yesterday and they had a line to get into IOA that went all the way back to the movie theater. And I was like, that's why you have to do reservations to get into the park. So you don't go there and stand in line for hours. It's not a Gideon's cookie.
Tony Betty, would you rather make a reservation? Or would you rather stand in line all the way back to the movie theater?
But that's one of those things to take into consideration. If Universal is part of your Orlando trip right now, I would advise kind of paying attention and looking at the way that their park numbers are fluctuating, and just kind of pay attention to their Twitter, see what kind of patterns. When we were there before this Christmas time, it was pretty much the weekends where that was a concern, and it wasn't, and they weren't hitting their capacity till after lunch. But like I say, this time period, the weekend, I was seeing notifications around 10 and 11 a.m. that they were hitting their capacity.
And of course, this is the week between Christmas and New Year's, which is historically the busiest time of year for any theme park. So you're going to go now. That's kind of what you expect.
But once again, once you're in the park, they have the distancing happening, and all of that type of thing was happening all through Orlando, Universal Orlando. They also have added the reminders that they don't want you to walk and eat. They want you to be stationary when you're removing your mask to eat or drink. They have cast team members stationed throughout the park, periodically reminding people to put on your mask or wear it properly. They would remind people nose and mouth. So they're also, and then they do a handstand. One of the things they do that's different than Disney, because they have so many more lap bars and interactive type scenarios, they issue hand sanitizer before you enter any attraction when you're at Universal. The team member who takes your party number will tell you what row to sit on, and when they tell you that, they pump some of that hand sanitizer right in your hand, and they will not permit you to board without the hand sanitizer activity. Yeah.
Tony basically says, I like both.
A lot. Yeah.
It takes a lot of to say, I don't know. So thanks.
So if you are planning to do Universal in the next few days, on the app, you can look into their park hours and you can see if they're at capacity, which is a guarantee right now. So.
And personal frustration, once the park hits capacity, it's very challenging to find out what the hours of the park are, because when you go there, they list park at capacity in that spot that's currently occupied by the park hours. So I was in the park. I was trying to find out what the park hours were. And when I clicked on the calendar, rather than the park hours being there, it would just say park at capacity. Well, I'm here. I want to know what time it closes.
That is the universal way.
It must have been somewhere. I just didn't find it. It wasn't. It wasn't easily available. So next up.
All right. So let's segue from park updates to merchandise updates. Woo-hoo! With Jeremiah's favorite hangout, Fit to Run.
I was all over that place.
This is about the size of the track you like to run, right, Jeremiah?
A little bit too long. Yeah, they took up the spot of the Lucky Brands that was in the stable area of Disney Springs. So they have more space than what they used to have in what is now turning into the M&M shop at Disney Springs.
I can't wait for that one. M&M's right next to Fit to Run. That would be nice.
And this is one of those companies where they'll do an evaluation. You can walk or run. You can walk on a treadmill or walk, and they'll do an evaluation of how you do you pronate? Are you overpronator? And I forget underpronator. It has a different word. And then they will suggest shoes based on the construct of your foot movement. And that's what they are they're known for, is the identifying that need that you have when you are running and fit to run.
So Mike Celestino.
Oh.
I know exactly, right.
Go for it.
Were you just making fun?
Oh, 100%.
No, I was about to ask the exact same thing I'm guaranteeing that you're about to ask.
I doubt you were. Why don't you go ask?
Are you a pronator or an underpronator?
I wish my question was that good.
Go ahead.
Are you a runner at all, Mike?
Am I a runner? I have had periods in my life where I tried to run regularly. It didn't take.
Have you ever done a Run Disney event?
I have not.
Oh, we should all do a Run Disney event together when they come back. We don't have to run. I walk.
These days we've been walking a lot. We walk up the hill near our apartment, up to
You walk back down?
and we walk back down to the back home. Yes,
The Castaway 5 key.
from the top of our hill, we can see Hogwarts Castle.
Oh, very nice.
And the escalators over at Universal Studios.
Oh, that means that back in the day you would have been able to have seen Galactica. Oh.
It would be very tiny, but yeah.
That same walk in a different era.
Yeah,
You would
Twiggy.
have seen Galactica.
With Luke Skywalker in there.
Sorry.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
No, you are using all the wrong names. It's very hurtful. Okay, go on. I don't know how we stayed married so long and you still get it all wrong.
Have you done a Run Disney at all, Jeremiah?
I did the D23 2.3 run that they did before one of the expos, which was lots of fun. And then I've done the Castaway 5K. I haven't done any of the big ones.
2.3K?
Yeah. It was
No, 2.3 miles. It was
okay.
through Disneyland and DCA. We started at the convention center, ran in through the back gate of DCA, ran through DCA, ran through Disneyland, ran back around, and then ended up. It was one of my proud moments.
And you have done the Castaway Key 5K?
Yes,
Castaway
I did
K
it. Actually,
5K?
I did it half
Wait,
backwards.
Mike has priorities.
Oh, that was directed by Jon Favreau. Excuse me,
We
Jon
watched
Favreau.
Elf last week.
Oh, very cool.
I've never seen
It's a
Elf.
fun one. It's a good one.
I think you need to see Elf. I think you would like
I
it.
saw my favorite Christmas movie last week, though, Die Hard. It was awesome.
More
We also
shopping.
watched Die Hard.
Did you know there's a Die Hard Christmas game?
No, I didn't. That
Yeah,
sounds
my
fun.
niece was telling me about it. It's a board game. It's Die Hard, the board game. You can either be John McClane or what's his name?
Hans Gruber.
Yes.
Apparently, that's his name.
Hans Gruber. So, in addition to running, I know Jeremiah likes to ski. So,
Do
what's
you
this?
really?
No, I haven't skied in many, many moons. Even though there's snow all around me, I don't have any urge. Norway, which has put out, I think, 2 or 3 new lines in the past year or so. This one's a brand new one. It's the Ski Norway. It's a really cute. It has some great graphics with Mickey and Minnie, the Matterhorn.
I like the Norway flag.
That's almost like a Skyliner.
Yes, Mike.
Quick question, going back a topic. During the Run Disney events, do you have access to the restrooms?
Yeah.
Along the
It
course?
Well, they have porta potties, right?
Well, no,
Yeah.
it depends because sometimes, along the route, there's also like actual bathrooms, but usually it's it's usually porta
You
potty.
concerned, Mike?
No, I just want to know. I just want to know what my options are.
Yeah, no,
You
it
can
can
hold it.
it can depend. It
Or you
depends.
can embarrass yourself.
On the,
Take
no,
your
no,
pick.
it depends on the length of the race, where the race is happening.
The nice thing is, if you choose embarrass yourself, you just have to go to that one hole at Fantasia Gardens, and then you can just play it off like it didn't happen.
No, it's at Winter Summer
Oh,
Land.
Winter Summerland.
I feel like one of my favorite things about it's there's a long list of favorite things about Disney parks, but one of them is the frequency of bathrooms.
Right?
Every
bathrooms
30
wherever
feet,
you go.
isn't
Yeah.
there?
So I would hope that you would have access to them if you're running around.
Well, the challenge, though, honestly, Mike, is that a lot of the course ends up being, if you're running the much longer ones, you end up in other parts that you're not, near there. Like the EPCOT one, you start in the EPCOT parking lot, and then you go kind of outside the parking lot. You're running along the road there, all around EPCOT. It takes a few miles before you get back into a park.
There's lots of bushes and stuff.
Yeah.
You're good.
I don't think they want you doing that.
Castaway 5K does not have bathrooms.
No, Castaway.
That's
Castaway
true.
would not.
They don't.
Castaway would not.
They also are not bound by the laws of America. So.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
Next up,
you can wager on the 5K.
Real quick, in Tokyo.
Sorry, I brought it up at all.
Well,
I started this whole thing by talking about
Sorry, go back to skiing.
Yeah.
And hey, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Orange. Oh, it's Orange Grove.
Much.
Hey, Orange Grove. We've interacted a bunch. He talks about Star Wars a lot.
Oh,
cool.
Awesome.
Thank you for checking us out too.
May the force be with you.
Nanu.
No, stop. It's hurtful.
In Tokyo, they are going to introduce moving over to Tokyo, they're going to introduce variable pricing starting in March of next year, which means pricing will adjust depending on the time of year, similar to what they're doing already in Disney World and Disneyland, right? Both of those now have variable pricing. So kind of logical. If it's busier, charge more. If it's less busy, charge less, which has the benefit of making people who might only come at the busy time come at the less busy time, shrinking crowds and evening things out. So it's a positive all around, and yet people will still complain. And that's just how Disney fans are. So.
But see, my theory is that you should then be able to have less people, so you can have a more pleasant experience because you're charging more people per head, so then you can reduce how many people you want to let in then, so then you don't end up with those times of the year being quite as
I don't know if they actually put a cap on it, but it's naturally going to have less people because it costs more.
I understand.
Supply, demand, right, Jeremiah?
Maybe.
Right.
Thank you. So there's some other merchandise.
You're the boss. I agree.
There's some other merchandise stuff I was going to talk about, but we've gone kind of long now. Plus, we have another show dedicated to merchandise, don't we?
We do. It's called Barely Necessities. It's the Disney merchandise show here at Laughing Place, where Rebecca Burbank and I chat about some of the items that have come to Shop Disney, Box Lunch, Topic, Disney stores and other places. Pretty much, if we find something Disney fun that you can put on your shelf or it can, collect dust somewhere, we'll make sure you know about it.
And that will be tomorrow.
Yep.
At 3 p.m., right? Yes. No.
Yeah. No,
4
it's at
p.m.
4 p.m.
No, wrong
Are you
date.
sure?
Let me go.
Are you sure?
Let me see.
I think it's 4.
It's at 4. You're right.
It's at
okay.
4.
For some reason, it's at 3, like next month.
No worries.
We have a schedule. We are so organized around here.
Yeah, that's what we are.
It was hilarious yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the schedule.
There's no joking around with Laughing Place.
No, we're not. No laughing. No laughing around this laughing place.
Let's see. Mike Celestino, would you rather pay more or less to go to a theme park?
Forget what I just said about no joking around.
All right. So thank you guys for checking us out. As we said, Barely Necessities will be here tomorrow to talk about maybe some of the merchandise stuff we didn't get to and lots of fun Disney merchandise. That'll be tomorrow at 4. Later on today, all these times are Pacific time, of course, or as we call them, LPHQ time. Later on today, 7:30 p.m., we'll be doing our Disney Movie Club, which will be really good this week because they'll be talking about the brand new Disney/Pixar animated feature Soul, which is now available on Disney Plus, no additional charge. I got to see it on Christmas Day because I'm kind of special. And you said everyone got to see it on Christmas Day?
Yep.
Okay. And
Founders Circle, Disney Plus.
I saw 2 new movies streaming on Christmas Day, Soul and Wonder Woman 1984. Only one of those was a mistake. So, and it wasn't Soul. And let's see. And of course, tomorrow, 7:30 p.m., Disney Trivia Live. We have our New Year's Eve celebration coming up at 11:30 on New Year's Eve, Thursday.
By the way, that's New Year's Eve, so that's 11:30 a.m.
Yes.
Because we're doing New Year's Eve.
Yes, because we are going to sleep long before midnight. And then can't wait to get Jeremiah back in the park on Friday, the first of a brand new year. So everyone, until next year, thank you so much for letting us be a part of your Disney life week after week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Oh, Jeremiah blowing the big kiss. Look at him, Richard